everyone. How's it going? My name is Eric, and I came from a very far planet to land here on the planet Bathtub. It's very wet here, and some people say it can get bubbly. I'll continue to travel the galaxy in search of my soul. As always, I'm joined by Kyle.
Hello.
And Jeremy.
Hi.
And the one who's down in the engineer room. We call him Kip Kip. How's it going in the engineer room, Kip Kip?
Kip Kip.
Good to see you.
Woo.
Uh-huh. It's really good to see everyone. Aliens are real. That's all I came to say. We're here to prove it.
Are you Tom DeLonge?
I'm Tom
But if you build the wall, they'll stay out.
Boo! You suck!
On the border of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
You guys heard about that, right?
Trump's wall plan for Colorado.
Yeah, he said they're building the wall at Colorado.
What is it going to be to block out?
That's where the border of Mexico is.
I didn't actually hear. I just saw the headline, Trump's going to build a wall in Colorado, and I felt so exhausted I didn't want to investigate it.
He was saying they were building the wall in Texas, they were building the wall in New Mexico, and they were building the wall in Colorado.
Wait, he thinks Colorado's on the border of Mexico?
That's what he was going down the line.
Oh.
He doesn't realize Colorado is above New Mexico. So then, like, the New Mexico governor made some comment about him making the wall on both of their borders.
So he's thinking about...
You know, it's the New Mexico border, so that's basically Mexico, right?
Yeah, we don't want them on our country either.
Yeah.
That's New
Mexico. We don't
Mexico.
need New Mexicans.
We don't want Old Mexico or New Mexico. We'll just build a little wall around it all.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. Oh.
I'm guessing
So anyway.
he was trying to think of Arizona.
I don't know if he was trying.
I wasn't
No, he
talking
wasn't.
about those types of
Not those types of
aliens.
walls. Or aliens, I mean.
I was talking about extraterrestrials.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, he's like a...
Do they live among us?
Maybe.
Well, that's what Tom
But
DeLonge
then are they
from Blink-182 says.
extraterrestrial anymore?
Well, if they came from outside of the terrestrial...
And if they impregnate a human and that human has a baby, or
well,
they have a
their
human,
child would not be an
baby,
extraterrestrial,
it
but
would
they
be-
still would be.
It'd be quasi-terrestrial.
No.
Yeah!
How would that be?
That's like saying, you're part German, you're part extraterrestrial, so you're quasi-terrestrial.
Tragestral.
I mean,
You've got gestation.
Gestation.
Gesturation.
doesn't
No.
doesn't
Wrong word.
extraterrestrial mean that you're not from...
No, it's just like it just means you're like a terrestrial, but you're totally extra.
Yeah, like you're even more so.
You're so extra. Oh my gosh. Why are you so extra, Kyle?
I don't know.
You should. That should be your new TikTok.
You're so extra.
Seriously.
I should make an extra TikTok.
You're extra, Kyle.
It's like you have extra beard. Like you have more of it.
It is an extra beard. It's so extra.
The more I can keep Jeremy doing this weird Valley Girl voice is gonna make me happy. Why are you so extra, Kyle?
I just have to be. It's just what I do.
I can't even put up with it. I'm so tired of it. You're exhausting. You're so extra.
Jeremy's so not extra. He can't even mention how extra I am.
I was
right
talking.
now.
Speaking of aliens, I don't even know if I should share this conversation, but too late. I already set it up and we're live on the
Now
internet.
you have
so
to.
I have to.
You
The
can
internet,
make
that's
anything
the
up right now.
That's the rules of the internet.
No, but it's a
Hi,
weird.
Midnight, by the way. Hi, Jolliver. It's
Jolliver.
good to
Welcome
see
to chat,
you both
everyone.
in your words.
I was just talking.
Because that's all I can see of them is
their words.
their words.
Yes.
Yes.
I was talking to
Yes.
someone about if Christians
God
in
was
general,
one of
like
us.
if they were
just
like
a
if Christians are
stranger.
intimidated by aliens existing, like is that a thing that would intimidate their faith and what they believe in? Like if you truly believe that God created you and you're special and you live on this planet, what if He did it on other planets too? Like
Right.
is that and that makes so. And I was like, and so like.
I'm cool with it.
What if and so the person I was talking to was like, so we were saying like if they come here and then they're like, they're comparing and saying how they were made and they're special and like, and then like you start talking to them about who Jesus is, and they're like, wait, you killed him? And I'm like, oh yeah, they'd be really, maybe they're like, yeah, you mean Glibglarb, our savior? He's alive still. Wait, you killed yours? Like this whole like thing of like how we're terrible as
So
a
that
human.
would be
as
the
a
twin
human
brother, is what you're saying of God.
Well, I'm just
Or
saying,
the
like,
son of God.
Yeah, like maybe
The
he
other
went,
son.
If that was like a thing where he went
Right.
to other worlds because he created all of them, and he, to have the human experience or, the
just,
alien
yeah,
experience,
and he
they're
put
just
all of his
and then they
sons
come
out
here and
there.
they're like, wow, this planet's garbage because you guys killed your Glibglarb. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you?
That's a thought.
He was,
Interesting.
and I thought that's a funny concept.
I've always thought it would be a funny concept that there's like a pilgrimage that is being made to here, because
Of Star Trek?
no, because of if Jesus was the Messiah and
Mm-hmm.
one and only, as they said,
If
then
he
any
traveled here
any
in a
aliens,
spaceship.
no, any aliens
Oh.
out there would then pilgrimage to Earth, because that would have been where where Jesus.
So they were
was.
coming to see him?
Yeah,
Right.
but,
Or
but
like
he
to-
was
it's like-
only
it's like
he
the
was
pilgrimage
only
you make-
here for like 32.5 years.
Right, but
I
it's
mean,
like,
there's been a lot more years than that, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
so you think that he went
Understatement of the night.
Yeah.
There's been more than 32
So
years.
he was only here for 32,
All right.
33 years. I'm just saying he could go other places.
Yeah, but
whatever.
Yeah, so are you saying that he went on like
I
a
think-
death tour? That
I think the biggest concern is
is
the whole the whole Genesis thing of he made the stars for us. So if he made them for us, then no one could be out there because they were for us.
But what if there's another book on
Hey,
planet
I'll just-
Zebnar out in the galactic field of Gitpop and
all right. Chill out, Rick and Morty.
just saying the possibilities are
All right, there, Morty.
I mean, we had Jeremy being Ken Ham over there too, didn't we?
yeah, Jeremy.
Like,
That's true.
in Genesis.
I mean, on this other planet, Kinham is literally a pig. It's weird.
Oh man!
It's very ironic.
Wow.
I don't. Just the
He's
other
also
week,
in the Toy Story movies.
Oh, that's so much layering.
The other week, I was reminded of
I like
your
bacon.
quest to try and be blocked on Twitter, because I saw somebody else saying something about how they had been blocked on Twitter by Ken Ham.
No,
But
who?
I can't remember who or what it was.
Oh man, it's been
And
a
I
while.
didn't share it to you because I forgot it throughout the course of the day, and I just remembered it because you brought up Ken Ham.
Well, there you go, guys. If you're curious,
Let's figure out a way to get Eric blocked
try to
by
help get
Ken
Eric
Ham.
blocked by Ken Ham.
This has been what a years long.
Well, at least I was trying to. I
No,
just
it's
went to
much
sleep.
more than a year.
I'm saying years. Like how many
Yeah.
years
Well,
have you been trying to do
I
this?
was-
I mean, not as many as Jesus was on Earth.
Yeah,
Not that many.
That was 32 and a half. Thanks, Jeremy.
Ish,
Twitter hasn't
you
been
know.
around that long, Jeremy.
Well,
I was just searching.
Not on our
I
Earth.
started to search for Kin Ham, and it auto corrected to Kin Hammer, and I was like, I wonder who that is.
Well, it looks like they're into some computer.
I don't know.
No,
There's
that's
multiple
not
Kin
computer.
Hams that came up. Let's
get all the
see.
Kens.
Kin Ham. Is it two? I thought it was two M's.
I think it's one M.
Oh, you're right. It's
Yeah.
one. It's like the traditional ham.
He's
I
a
mean, he would never
traditional
be.
ham.
He would
Yeah.
never go outside the tradition of ham. That would
Yeah.
be. That
Why
would be
would you-
against
I
his
mean-
beliefs.
Two M's is unclean.
Yeah, you can't put two M's together.
Yeah.
It needs to be an M and a W. Anyways, that's
That was
according,
bad.
That's according to the CEO and founder of Answers in Genesis.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
The-
Okay.
the
That's
world-
what Ken
the
Ham
world-
is saying.
The
Okay.
world-renowned Ark Encounter man. Okay.
Who sued the state of Tennessee or tried to for damages to his ark that got flooded.
Yeah. He's really upset about that
Uh.
Chick-fil-A getting closed over in the UK or in England or wherever it was. Did you guys hear about that?
No, I just heard about the one in Lincoln that closed.
Well, that got closed because a guy drove his truck through
Right.
it.
That was the most recent
Oh.
closed Chick-fil-A story I heard about. What's going on in the UK?
Oh, well, it's because you know the stance on Chick-fil-A, and they're kind of
It's
definitely
it's
not
okay chicken,
they're-
but that's all it is.
They're not.
No,
they're
you
not.
just get out. Their
They're-
chicken is great.
They're not.
It's okay.
They're not pro LGBTQ or whatever, and so they like this
Right.
other organization was like forcing them to leave, I guess, and they're going to honor their lease for 6 months and then
then close it. Okay.
So,
So if you like chicken in the UK,
But I mean,
Get it while it's
the
hot.
property owner has that right too, right?
what?
To say we don't want you to lease from us anymore after your
Sure,
contract.
if
Well,
that's,
yeah.
but that's not the case. But anyways.
Oh.
The property owner it's another it's an LGBTQ organization in England
that's trying to force
that's
them
forcing them out, saying that they don't have LGBTQ values.
Oh, and because of that, the government says
No, but because of that,
No.
Chick-fil-A is saying we're
Oh,
going to
we'll
honor
just
our
leave then.
lease, but we're going to stay like through our lease. Yeah.
Oh, so Chick-fil-A is saying, "Cool, you don't want us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll back off. No big deal." See,
guess.
that's the right way to act, though, right?
I'm just trying to
I mean,
find.
it's not very inclusive of them.
I'm just trying to find
but-
something that Ken's tweeted recently that I could like
I mean, diversity,
Agree.
right?
argue with. He tweeted about these. Did you guys hear about the transgender? Well, they're not transgender necessarily, but they want like always pads and tampons to be
Oh.
gender.
Oh, yeah, I
genderless.
saw
That's why
that.
so they're getting rid of their
There's-
feminine logo on the
Yeah,
on the
that
box.
I had no idea was there.
Mm-hmm. So now you
that
can
would
just,
make sense, Kyle.
But I didn't. I guess I didn't.
I mean, I
yeah.
think there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't have necessarily.
I think they're just
But I mean,
gonna
like-
be Band-Aids now or something. I don't know.
that's not the brand I buy for my wife, so I wouldn't have known either. Kyle.
All right.
I'm just saying.
more details than anyone wants.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 3 guys talking about feminine products and saying, "Oh, I didn't know that was on the box." It's kind of like a.
No, I just.
And your point is,
I saw a tweet from somebody that had that story, and they said, and watch all of the comments in here from all of the dudes that didn't even know that there was a
Yeah.
Well, why-
that
that's
was
what I'm
on the
saying.
logo.
Why would they know?
Exactly, but like suddenly it's
Or
important
care.
to them that it should be on there, even though they had no clue before they read that headline that it was even there. So it's like one of those things where it's a non-issue that people are making into
yeah,
an issue.
it's saying that the guys don't have a right to have an opinion.
No.
No, that's what you just said. Saying-
No,
Yeah, you said.
no.
Well, they didn't know about it anyway. It's none of their business.
I'm saying, how can you get upset about something that you didn't know was even there in the first place?
Like I said. So now that they know, they don't have the right to have an opinion because they didn't know previously.
Wait, are you talking about have a right about an opinion of a logo?
Yeah, they
Or
don't.
a right to
that,
have an
their opinion
on,
doesn't matter.
on gender.
But no, on the logo.
Mm.
It doesn't matter because they didn't know about
He's
the logo
saying that,
first. Is
that
all
the
I'm saying.
dudes that are angry about them taking a feminine.
It's not all dudes. Let's be clear.
Well, okay. You're
mean,
right. The
that's-
people that are upset about
The
that being taken
humans.
off of the logo, he's saying that because they didn't know. What were you saying again? I lost.
No, I was
it.
just rephrasing what you were saying.
Yeah, I know, twisting my words into something
No,
that they
no, no,
weren't.
no. You were saying that, well, they didn't know about it anyway, so why do they care? And I was saying, well, because now they know, so you're saying now that they know they can't care?
I mean, it's just kind of a non-thing, though. Like, they didn't care that it was on there.
No,
so
they
why
didn't-
do they
there's
care
difference.
that it's not
Wait,
on there?
so-
They didn't know that it wasn't on
Oh.
there. There's difference.
I'm
You just
looking-
said that.
I'm looking through a bunch of these always packaging
Yeah.
things, and I
Ooh.
can't see. What? Jeremy, settle down.
Yeah.
Gosh, ease up.
I mean, there's other products out there.
But I'm
right?
just saying, I can't. What's the feminine?
Yes, you
logo
said that you
part?
buy other products for your
Wait.
family.
What's the
So-
feminine thing? Like,
don't
what's
know.
The, what's,
That's okay.
What is the
It's a manly
the
thing to
lady
do.
logo? Is there a lady thing on here? Like, what am I
Yeah.
missing?
What did they take off of there?
It's not taken off yet, right? On all these Google search images, I wouldn't imagine they've already gone through and retconned
They've scrubbed the internet.
the whole like canon of pads. So it's
It's a logo, so who even knows what logos are, logos, right?
I'm just
They can
saying,
mean anything
like-
you want.
always. Is it the logo?
I thought it had like a feminine face on it or something.
There's a moon on a lot of them, but I think that's just like nighttime ones. Flex. There's flowers on some of them.
Yeah, I don't see it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't really feel like I am in any way allowed to talk about this at all.
Right.
Because I'm not a person who gets a period.
I do not use them.
But that's. I mean, there's some people like this.
It's the Venus logo. I don't know where it is, but that's what it was called.
Oh, is that the dove thing?
Oh, maybe.
No, the Venus logo is the circle with the cross-looking thing off of it.
Man, this.
Oh,
is
maybe it's
complicated.
actually on the inside packaging.
Oh,
That's why you wouldn't know.
It's not actually. I really wish Kuipers would have bought a box of pads before he came tonight.
Kuipers, you
So we
really
could've known this.
Kuipers, you really messed up tonight, man.
This is what happens when we go off the notes and just dive into Twitter.
Yeah, see, there we go. There's a picture of it in packaging, and there is the
Oh, it's like the circle with the plus on it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so everyone got upset because of that.
It's not even on the actual logo.
You could argue that people got upset it was on there, so always said, now we're going to take it off.
Yes, because
And
you like
then-
to argue and
no,
just
I'm saying
circle around
that's
everything.
accurate. They said, hey, people didn't like this, and they told us about it, so we're taking it off. And then, of
that
course,
doesn't
people
nec-
with a different
No,
opinion
hang
said,
on.
hey, we don't like that you're removing it, and we're mad at you now. So
It
it's
doesn't
both
mean
sides
that
were.
it doesn't mean that people were angry and asked them to remove it. It means that they made a decision to remove it. That doesn't mean that somebody complained. It may have meant, hey, maybe we should be a little more.
Okay, so
They removed it because they said there was claims of discrimination by transgender men.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So it was because of
I
that.
thought you
I
were
read
s-
the article.
I thought you were
Come on
spouting
now.
that out.
I don't know that there's I don't know enough about how the whole transgender thing works. I know that you can have a surgery done where you had a penis and now you have a vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
but
mean, you
does-
have the visual.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
External
Jeremy,
visuals.
that is not what we're talking
Okay.
about.
Well, no, because there's
But
more
what
to
I'm
it
saying,
than just that.
I know, but my point is, does that doesn't mean that you can menstruate though? Then
It's
afterwards,
the
can you?
you're looking at the wrong way. It's the opposite surgery.
Oh, so it's when
Or technically, it's not even the surgery that counts. It's
Wait,
the
so you're saying-
identification.
So you're saying when a
It's
woman
someone-
goes to male,
It's someone that
when a V turns
physically has V and
but they
identifies
identify
as
a P.
P. Yes, that's the ones that were
Oh,
were
okay.
claiming discrimination because they
Oh,
do
gotcha.
still need to.
Which
They're-
honestly, that makes way more sense.
They're pre-op.
They do still
They're
menstruate,
pre-op.
but
they
they're
still
saying we don't
menstruate.
identify as a woman, but we have to use this product that
Gotcha.
says only women use
You
it.
know, that makes more sense, and why I don't know why anyone really needs to make a big deal out of it.
What?
I
Well,
mean, but they made a big deal
like,
out of it
they
for
made a
good
very
reason. I
big
mean,
deal.
for their very
But I'm
good reason.
saying, like, if,
People have different opinions.
if
That's
they're
life.
who cares?
Well, wait, no, but you just said that you do care because you
Yeah,
said
you
that
care
it
on their
makes sense.
behalf.
I mean, it makes sense that would be something that they would say, hey, if we're using this product and we identify as males.
So it's okay for them to care.
I'm just saying,
It's just a difference of opinion, and people have those.
I guess. I don't know. Like,
And the
We're
company
just-
can do whatever they want.
It's just we live in such a culture
know.
of triggered people all the time. Everyone's triggered. Everyone's offended. Everyone's
on both
mad.
sides of all issues.
of everything. It's
Yeah.
not just this, and I'm not singling out this group of people. I'm just saying that
and I don't think
it's
anyone's arguing for or
Republicans,
against
it's
it, right? I don't, up
Democrats,
here,
it's-
I'm assuming.
I guess
Maybe
that-
Kuipers, but we're not letting him
The
talk.
other thing
Yeah,
is,
he's
it's
not
not even
allowed to
it's not
talk
even
about
like it's that they
this.
changed the logo. They just aren't stamping that symbol on the individual wrapping.
I'm just trying
which-
to think of like an opposite. Like, what's a man's product? Like a male product?
Condoms.
Beard oil.
Oh, okay. So condoms. That's a very good
Well,
example.
that's actually a decent
yeah.
example.
So
Thank you.
If the packaging of a condom
Had the
had
male symbol.
had the male symbol on it,
and there
and
a P that
It was-
identifies as a V.
no, a V that. Oh yeah, P that identified as a V.
If they complained about it,
would that be as big of a deal, or would that be a
I
deal?
wouldn't care.
I know
Why?
you,
I mean-
but I'm saying
I mean,
would
like,
they
I think it would be
care?
the same thing, right?
I'm saying
Potentially.
if they cared that they took the male symbol off of a condom wrapper, like,
No, I'm saying would they be upset that it was on there in the first place?
maybe.
maybe not.
And
I
is
don't
that
know.
something that's? But I'm just saying, like, with that, I don't know. It's just such a weird world we live in. And I think here's the thing: is it's hard. I guess this is my public service announcement. It's hard and it's scary to navigate this new world we live in. But I think the dangerous thing is like getting too upset about anything. Like if this is something that's going to upset you and make you like super angry, that's what's crazy. It's like don't get mad. Let's have the conversation. I'm not saying don't have the conversation.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to have a conversation like that with like 4 straight dudes sitting here.
Hey, Tony Lemon Tea, welcome to the
Twitch.
chat. You're getting real excited out there about wanting to call us on Discord.
Hey.
And I hate to break it to you. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that ain't going to happen.
You can join our Discord.
Yeah, please do. But sorry, we're not taking live calls. Maybe ever. That was a mistake we made once.
Yeah.
I made it. It was on me. I made the personal decision to take a live call once, and that.
I do have a question for you though. I see on your Discord you put the TTV at the end of your tag, and this is more of a. I see this a lot, and I get that what you're trying to do is let people know on a different platform that you're on Twitch. So, in the same token, why are you wanting us?
We're on the same platform.
How come on Twitch though you're not adding an N to your name that says you're on Discord?
Because that's not.
Because
the
on
one that's
Discord
important.
he's.
Well,
Because I see that with other.
Well,
with other
here, let me
people.
explain
You
it
see
to
what
you.
I'm
Let me
saying?
break it down to you. On the Twitch, it has like a cross because it's a T, but then like on Discord,
I see where you're going with this.
that's a T.
Kyle's loving this. Oh, loving it.
No, I'm just waiting for all of the internet to hate us for being stupid and.
Hey, don't claim that you know what all the internet likes. I mean, that is not very inclusive of
I'm
you.
not claiming that all of the internet.
I don't know what I did wrong, Kyle. I was just trying to
I don't know.
explain to Jeremy why he shouldn't be triggered. But
I'm
you.
not triggered at all.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. What am I triggered about?
actually, I'm telling Jeremy why he should be triggered.
Oh, jeez.
Triggered about
you
what?
should
What
be.
are we talking
No.
about?
Oh, my
No one
mic
knows.
just came out of
What
the
are you-
desk.
I don't know if that's the right one.
I put it in the wrong hole, but I'm so confused
No, what would
now.
I be triggered about? Now I'm lost. About Tony's name?
No.
So what have you been up to this week?
I don't understand. What's happening? Oh, that's a Kyle thing.
That's a Kyle thing. Oh, yeah, we were trying to get blocked by Ken Ham.
Oh, that's what it was.
How did we end up? It's what a
Maybe you
world.
should ask him to remove part of his logo. I don't know.
I don't think that applies to Ken Ham.
Does he not have a logo?
I don't know.
It's probably a cross.
It's like
It's
a
probably
piece of meat.
Bacon.
Ooh, I like bacon. I said that earlier.
I did say
midnight.
that. I did.
I'm
say
not
that.
going to say for our audio listeners
No,
what you
that
put
was-
in the chat.
That was taken
They need
out
to
of
be
context.
here
Just
live for
rewind
that.
30 seconds and you'll hear it again.
That was out of context. Don't quote me on things that I say out of context. Anyway,
Or do and snap it
Yeah.
and tweet it and
clip it.
put it on all the
Clip
Instas
it, yeah.
and stuff.
So, anyways,
That's the thing, right?
I guess it's over. We're done.
I
We were
mean,
talking about getting
yeah.
blocked by Ken Ham, and then a tweet of his.
Sparked your
It-
interest in the tampon.
So
and pad
can we at
area.
least hear Ken Ham's take on this whole thing?
Yes,
Well,
let's
since
hear it.
that's where we started this. Let's hear what
Yeah.
here's what
Okay.
he-
is
Here's what
this-
he has to say.
Is this Ken Ham
Tweet. Is it Ken Ham tweet?
or is this Trump?
No, it's Ken Ham.
okay.
We're
No,
not
we were doing
playing
another
that
game.
No.
It's Ken Ham. Oh, Ken Ham. Trump. I can't do your rap very
It would
well.
be Trump Ken Ham.
Uh,
Oh boy.
I hope the scientific
correct.
research behind
Or
all.
non-gender.
I'm trying to read his
Let him
tweet.
I said
Say
oh boy
something.
and then I wanted to
Stop
correct it.
cutting him off.
They. They.
I hope the scientific research behind all of Procter and Gamble's products is better than the research done to understand biological sex, as they seem to not understand the simple basic science of male and female. So Ken Ham's taking a scientific approach to this even though he believes the world was made in 7 or 6 days. So that's an interesting way for him to choose the scientific side on it, where like, so because it helped me understand this, like if people who are identifying as a different gender, that's not based in science. Is
Well,
it?
what he's trying to
identification,
what
so
he's,
let them identify.
What he's trying to argue is that
that the
gender used to not be considered an identity. It was considered
a biology.
It was
thing.
considered a biology
Or a biological trait.
Biological traits, or defined by biological traits.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, maybe 15 at most, there has been a push to
make it
change the definition of gender to be that the historical definition of gender to be that of biological physicality to being that of identity. So it's one of those arguments where it's not tomato, it's tomato apple, but you both are calling it orange.
Mm-hmm. I think it's hard for anyone to sympathize with it if it's not happening in your own brain, right? So like if I was legitimately feeling like I was a woman and I could not tell that to you in a way that wouldn't make you judge me and think I was crazy, like that would be the hard thing for me, right?
Well,
and then I think that
scientifically that has been, or this will probably get me in trouble.
Oh boy,
go for it.
That's the
one man's
medical
opinion.
no the medical term for that is
Yeah.
gender dysphoria.
I don't know what to
I've-
believe because you keep quoting everything.
Are they sneer
That's
quotes?
the other people say. I'm not
Are
speaking
they? Are
of
they?
myself.
I'm trying to cover my.
No,
I don't know.
I'm saying these are not my opinions. These are opinions. There's a difference.
So right there, but that's the thing is like, with a lot of times though, I think when people get like emotionally react to this, either they're just like, well, I know man, woman, that's it. That's all I understand. This is the way it is. This is a very outward appearance. Like I can go out to the farm and I can look at the cattle and I can say
they're
this is
saying
a bull. And
I
this
only
is
look at the definition of the biology,
So, but then if it's like I feel,
which is a science, so you get that whole.
like I'm a woman.
It was in my head, but I was trying.
I'm
not
sorry, I had to.
I was already. Yeah.
I'm so glad that we can break down these tough social issues.
It's been in a song from the 90s. Like, that's been out there for
Thank you.
2 decades.
I'm sorry, it just made me feel a little more. It made me feel a little more comfortable with this conversation.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I think that's the only way that I can empathize with it is to try to put myself in their place. If I'm mentally in a place where all I can think is I am a woman and how come I am stuck with this disgusting man body, but in my like heart of hearts, I know I'm a woman. Now, whether you're gonna like, I know people would want to dismiss that as maybe like a mental illness or like, and I have no authority to say what it is because I don't understand.
I mean, technically, you used the word dismiss, so in a way, you did.
No, well, I'm saying I could dismiss it as, but I'm not going to. I'm just saying, and I think others do, but I don't know, but I do think we can at least empathize with people when you think like if you feel that. It is really hard to express that because we live in a world where everything's defined by the norm. And so if you're not the norm, then nobody has any time for you. Like that's the thing is like people don't have any time to listen to your problems. Part of that though comes from the fact that like we all are like everybody's kind of just struggling to make it, right? We're all just like trying to do our lives. Like we're just trying to get through the day. And so I think when you try to like weigh down people who are already exhausted and then you're trying to squeeze out a little more empathy,
you're not
from
helping.
them.
Just so that you can keep a silly symbol, I think, a silly symbol on a packaging. It seems like it's just another way of, especially if it's something that's been voiced as like, hey, this makes me feel like I'm discriminated against.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem with a company taking that stamp off of a packaging.
I know, but that's
No,
that
but
way.
in the same token, I wouldn't have a problem with a company
That's the thing
saying,
is like, shouldn't
so what?
What does
It's
it
our
matter if
package.
it's there?
Buy it or don't.
Also, like,
True.
That's-
I mean, you're right. That shouldn't matter.
but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, when everyone is already struggling and you're trying to squeeze this empathy out of them for
Why
another
add that?
people group, and it's just like, okay, it's nothing. It's all right. Let's say transgenders. I don't mean to put a big like brush, over every, like, paint a broad stroke. But let's just say, like, hey, you're wanting society to accept you, and I think that's something everyone can understand. We all want to be accepted and loved and liked and cared for and be known, like, and that's fine. It's just like, if that's really your goal, you have like they have to
be
understand
willing to accept others.
Well, no, I'm not saying they have to be willing, but I'm just saying, like, when these things like make you so upset, like, let's like choose the battles so that we can all understand better in this world. Like, let's hold hands and be happy about it, but not like, hey, well, this just seems like such a small, petty thing that, like, in the grand scheme of things, is not helping your cause, because it's just making the other side just like mad and like, why do you care about a little thing on a pad? Like,
and I think that's one of the things in our society, though, that, and I'm not saying on this specific case, I'm not saying this, but I think in general, people are also, you look at it on social media when you talk politics or when you talk anything that has sides, and I use quotes again because if people would look at it more of a circle of difference than a right or left paradigm of any sort, it's a lot easier to then see that we're not all that different. But
well, I don't think
people want to have competition as well, and they want to, in order to feel right, they want someone else to be wrong.
I think that's a little more of you. I don't think that everybody is like that. I think you like competition. You like.
Oh, I think a ton of people do.
I think
you
that there are a lot of people that
you
do.
See it everywhere.
But I don't think that
we're going to rally behind this.
No, I think,
and then they do.
I think it's like a twofold thing, though. Like, it's like tribalism in one hand.
Well, yeah, because they want other people to agree, to be with them.
And then once you identify that, then you stand apart by saying everyone else is wrong. Where that's where I think we've gone too far.
That's
right?
kind of where
like,
I was going after.
It's just like, hey, we can't. Like, we're not gonna. It's just like with politics. Like, we need people to cross party lines. We need bipartisanship. We need people to get along and make the world a better place. At least try to get along. Just try to understand the other person's worldview and their, like, what they're dealing with. And I think that's where all of this could get better. But, like, both sides of this argument, if people are just freaking out and mad because they're going to remove this symbol from this Always product, and then the other people are upset because they won't, like, let's choose our battles. Let's be upset for people who are actually like not being treated, like, with not even able to have human dignity because of a choice that they made, a personal choice that they made. Like, let's get upset about that,
or not a personal choice that they made.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, let's get upset about that stuff. The injustices where those people are being discriminated against, are not being cared for, are being hated on. Like, everybody deserves human dignity, and I think sometimes we just, like, want to, like, pile on to these nitpicky things that don't help anybody.
So, Eric,
that's
I got to share something with you here. You asked me to join this Facebook group that's local. Okay, I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I don't know how we took a hard turn here.
What are you?
I'm so scared of where this is turning.
You
all of a sudden just grabbed the wheel of this bus.
There was a post on there that was like getting, like, there's just so many petty things that happen, and it's just anytime I catch myself looking at something on that feed, I just want to, like, slap people silly because of the pettiness that people get upset over. Yeah.
Well, if you don't know what Jeremy's, obviously no one knows what you're talking about. It's a local like community crime watch, neighborhood watch thing.
Less of a
it's
crime
supposed
watch.
to be.
It's more of a let me complain about my neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, and a bunch of bikes got stolen. That's the big.
Yeah. So it's
big crime
basically like what's that app that everyone uses now? Nextdoor. It's pretty much
Nextdoor
on
that.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your point with that?
Just that it exemplifies the pettiness that people have over the littlest things.
So I mean, I think that, to be fair, though, I mean, when you're talking about something that is somebody's identifying nature, like, I understand that it's something that may seem like it's the petty thing to let go, but I mean, like, if you were someone that did identify that way, and everybody wanted you to identify as something else, it's one of those things that, I mean, I could see where someone would see that symbol being stamped on this product that is still being used by them, even though they don't identify as female, and it feel like it's something that is still like society trying to say, hey, you should be this.
Okay, the closest way I can come to please give me some room to air this analogy.
Sure.
This is the closest that I can
I'm kind of scared.
Compare this to. In the early 2000s, I was in a lot of like I'll just say emo bands to explain it.
You were.
And at the time, it was incredibly hard to find tight-fitting pants because the fashion was straight-leg pants. They're baggier. You couldn't find them. So, me and a lot of other people who were in this scene resorted to wearing female jeans. Now, I will say that one of the most uncomfortable situations that I have found myself in my life has been, shopping at TJ Maxx or a Burlington Coat Factory, looking in the women's section at jeans, and I remember I wore like women's jeans for a long time, and I think the thing is like I don't know how to phrase it without it sounding offensive, but it also at some point like. Is it because I think the difference here is that was a choice that I made to want to wear the women's jeans. Where when you're talking about someone,
but even though it was your choice, who cares?
Right. But I think when you're talking about gender and someone believes that they are a male but they're in a female body, at that point they do not have a choice about their menstruation, right? Like that's already there.
Right.
That's going to happen no matter what until
that's
the
biology.
They do
Yeah.
hysterectomy or something like that. So to them they're saying I do not have a choice. So why are you trying to tell me, reinforce the fact that everyone else in the society's telling me I'm a woman, even though I don't think I am.
Except it's not a society
And,
thing. It's one company's product.
Right. But I'm just
True.
saying, like,
But
then they're like, oh, okay, I feel beat up. Here's the other side.
Like, I'm looking at it purely
Here's-
from a
I know,
from
but
a money thing.
So let's go
buy,
to that.
You
Let's
know,
go to
spend with your dollars.
Go to a capitalism
Yeah.
standpoint. I'm gonna keep poking Kyle in the face
Yeah.
here. Go to a capitalism standpoint from it, and that's really where you get them. If this is really an issue,
Then don't buy it.
buy the product. That's how we fix this.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not saying that it's gonna that this is
and
this is
and say why you're not buying the product, and that's fine too.
right. So don't buy the product. And if you support the transgenders in this quest to get rid of,
Don't
then
buy
don't
the
buy the
product.
product.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to change. They're going to go and get rid of that logo. I
Exactly.
mean, now they have, because of this, they come under this social scrutiny and this like whole like mob mentality that we live under. But you know what? The capitalism system, it sucks in some ways, but it still works. Like, and when people start seeing their sales numbers go down, they're going to go, well, why? Well,
what
this
do we
is-
need to change?
So if it's really an issue, like you can change it in those ways. But anyways,
Well, I think that this could be something that it does. Does it give us any specifics into what the complaints were? It could have been something that was just a matter of, hey, we took some public poll, or somebody had just said, hey, this is something that could be offensive to me, or something that like makes me feel like I should not buy this product, and they could have taken that as feedback and said, hey, this is, with it being a free
Well, yeah, of
market,
course.
this
This is not worth
this
it.
is something that could potentially lead us
yeah,
to lose
they're
customers.
just like, we're not going to worry about
So
it. Let's just
take it off. It's not a big deal
Yeah.
to them as a company to
And here's
have
the
it
thing.
on there, and so it's
maybe it builds morale or something. Maybe
Right.
they feel like it's
It
building good
builds-
or
it
it's
builds brand awareness.
it builds brand awareness. It builds
That's capitalism, baby.
Well, and
it's
I mean,
working, Eric.
it builds it as a successful, not successful, but like as the company that maybe you go, oh, hey, they actually care and are thinking about these kinds of things because they took that logo off. Maybe they've got more people that now are going to buy that product because of it.
But here's the thing. Just because the thing is, I think that because of social media and everything, we think that some of these topics are as important to everyone.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to discredit like your experience
on either,
as
but it's on either argument.
Yeah.
it's on either
But
side.
I'm
of
just
it.
saying, like, because this stuff is so loud on social media, we have to realize that the transgender community is so small. So small. Like, I'm just like, the percentage of transgender people out there is like just a little drop in the bucket of the whole world, right?
There's like more albinos.
I don't know about
I don't
that. I don't
know.
have
I just
stats
made
to
that
back
up.
that up.
100%.
But I'm just saying,
But I
like,
mean, they are part of a larger community as well, because I mean, there's a reason that it's the
L's and the B's and the
Yeah.
T's and
I was trying to
The
remember all
everyone-
the letters.
the
to
everyone else.
LGBTQ.
yeah.
But
But I get
it's-
it. But I'm just saying, like, it's just where, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, we don't have anybody on here to voice their opinion, like to speak for them. So maybe we should just not have this conversation anymore, because I
It
feel
would be
like
for
we're getting,
they.
Yeah.
Eric,
But anyways.
speak for they.
I don't. This is all Ken Ham's fault. That's all I gotta say. We spent 41 minutes talking about pads and tampons because of Ken Ham. So there you go.
Thanks,
We
Ken.
started off with aliens.
Oh man,
It's Ken Ham's fault. I tell you what, it's Ken Ham's fault.
Ken Ham.
Ken Ham, block us.
They should block us.
Jeremy, I heard your house almost flooded.
It did. It did. You know, home ownership is an amazing thing.
It's a terrible idea. Just
oh
rent.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Just rent.
Rent.
It's fine. Just
So-
wait.
Save-
What's it matter?
Save yourself.
You're just gonna. You know what's
Someone's got to own it.
You know
Think
what's
of
funny?
it that way.
You know,
someone has
sure,
to own it.
But think about it, like if in like a California,
government.
like the big homes in California, like where the real estate is like really few and far between, and you've got these homes that were like in the family for years, and like great grandpa owned it, and they passed it down. Now this generation can't afford to even live in those homes because the taxes are too much. Even though they don't own the house, they
Yep.
can't afford to live there because of how expensive the taxes are.
I know.
So the fact that you think like maybe you have, I mean, maybe they could sell it and maybe move to the Midwest and be
you know,
good, but like I don't know. I don't always know that. I mean, maybe the land
so
is
less
always worth
taxes
something.
is better.
I think we're all just
Down
crazy.
with the government.
I don't know what
don't
to
know.
say. I just
Technically,
home
that means you
ownership-
don't own the land. You know that, right? Like,
Home-
if
home-
it can be taken away from you because you don't pay taxes, you don't really own it.
Oh, is that what you're? That's the whole way the United States works, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
you don't actually
no one
own it.
owns land. You own the
Native Americans own the land, and we took it from
You,
them.
That's true.
Yeah, you only own the right to keep paying taxes on it in order to stay living there.
Yeah.
Anyway, no.
Jolliver, real quick side note here. He wants to know if anyone's watching good horror movies. It is the
I
season.
don't watch horror
I
movies.
don't usually watch a lot of horror movies either.
I did, and then Midnight Angel said no, but I've been watching American Horror Story on Netflix. I will say I started to watch the new season of Horror Story this year. Didn't really enjoy it, so I stopped. I still have Mandy. I bought Mandy, and I have not watched it yet. It's sitting right there, and I want people to come over and watch it with me because it
I
feels
knew a
like
girl
that
named Mandy once.
experience I
Oh,
want.
that's a movie.
Yeah, tell me.
So-
Let's watch it.
The Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, the Nicolas Cage. We need to
Yeah.
have like a viewing party and watch that.
Let's watch it.
But no, I haven't. I can't think of any horror movies. I really want to see It Chapter 2. I haven't seen that yet. But yeah. Anyways,
I'm real off and on with like things that make me paranoid, which usually horror movies don't really scare me or anything. But I still am like, is this going to actually get me? And do I want to be got? That's where I usually am like, I'm just not going to watch it.
I would say the most recent actual legit horror movie I watched was the latest what's his face movie. Peel movie.
See that, and that's another one that it's like those.
That was really good.
Both of those
Now I can't even
movies.
think of the name.
Us.
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
It was.
I haven't seen that
one
or
was-
Get Out, but both
Get
of
Out.
them I really want to see, but I also am kind of scared that they actually will like mess with me a little bit.
They're all movies.
I've got a great plot line for a horror movie.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The pipe in your bathroom.
Oh, okay. He's getting back to his story. The pipe in my
Burst.
bathroom. What next?
It bursts off the wall.
No, say it ain't so.
Shoots across the room. Really, Kyle?
I was applauding you for getting us back on track.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
so this is what happened. Yesterday it was.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that
was a
very
Yoda-ism.
Yesterday.
Yesterday it was. No, so I was in the basement, and my wife was in the kitchen. You know, normal Midwestern, old school. That sounds really bad. My
Wife
wife's in the
stuff?
kitchen.
Is that what you're trying to
I
say?
was trying to like not say that that's how it always is. It's just that that's where people were. My kids were watching TV in the living room, and all of a sudden,
Normal Midwestern stuff.
Yeah.
In case anyone's worried, he's not normal.
Well, I didn't want people to be like, "Oh, you keep your wife in the kitchen." It wasn't
It's
like
fine in the
that
Midwest.
just happened to be our physical locations at this time. And all of a sudden, I heard my wife yell at our youngest daughter, like, "Kaylee, are you in the bathroom?" And I'm thinking, that's weird. And then I hear dripping. And now it sounds more like rushing water. And I'm in the basement.
Oh, when did Trump get involved?
And then my entire family is yelling, Dad, get up here. The bathroom is flooding.
This was on your second floor?
It's on the main floor.
Oh, okay.
So I run upstairs as fast as I can run. Anyone who knows me, that means I can't. And
That took a second for that to register.
Yeah, thank you. Especially upstairs.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and so I turn the corner to the bathroom door, and I see, looks like a fire hydrant of water shooting across the room, splashing against the other wall.
Wow.
Okay? And I'm going, oh, man. And my wife and kids are all in there with all of the towels in our house, basically.
That's not going to help.
And the water is at least 2 to 3 inches high.
Yeah.
And pouring into the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I go to look because I'm thinking, well, I can turn the valve behind the toilet and shut this off. No, the valve is not there. The valve has been blown off the wall. There is just a hole in the wall with water pouring out.
Okay, I don't keep your thought. I just gotta ask a question here.
Yeah.
Because I know that last week after the show, we were talking about the condition of your home. And you mentioned to me that your main water shutoff that comes into the house doesn't work.
No, it does work.
Oh, it does. I
thought
thought you
that
said
you
you
said
had
that
to get it
last week.
replaced. The thing over by the window. You said you need to get it replaced.
Thing over
Up by the
oh, that's not the main. No, that is the faucet for outside. That's the exterior faucet one.
So in my head, I'm
Yeah,
imagining
yeah.
you couldn't even
worse.
shut off the
Even
water
worse.
at all.
Well, my wife had no idea where the water main was, and so plumbing note, there are shutoff valves, but there's not shutoff valves all the way down the line. It's either the main or the valve at whatever water source you're at, right?
So
under
at
the
this
kitchen
point,
sink or...
At this point, you got to go to the main.
Right.
Exactly. So I come down here and to the basement, and the main is in the floor.
Okay.
Okay? We know we're in my basement. It's right over there where Kuipers is sitting.
Okay.
Underneath this area. See that pipe, that water pipe?
Yeah.
That's the main. And there's a subfloor there, and then it's in the dirt underneath the house, underneath the concrete, right?
Wow.
So and come to find out, I had to kind of dig out to get to the valve and get it shut off. So it's like a 10-minute ordeal.
Was it in the dirt or something?
Yeah, because it's under the concrete.
Oh, weird.
So
So your house is flooding at this
So
time.
the house is flooding, and I'm hearing from. Luckily, it's not right here. It's over our what we call the low basement, which is where the furnace and other stuff like that is, and it's just a concrete floor. But water is pouring through the ceiling. It's coming through the return air vents. It's just gushing. Finally, get it shut off, and I go back upstairs to assess it. And there's still probably at least 2 inches of water standing in there with a dam at the door of towels to try to keep it from going everywhere else. And, of course, most of that ended up just draining through the floor. So we got some water.
So you got a plumber out here.
So I called plumbers like crazy.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them said 24 hours. None of them were available. I just kept going down the list. I think I was at like 40.
Jeez.
Like literally calls. And this independent contractor plumber guy from Omaha was like, send me a picture of, I explained to him what it was. There's an elbow, and then then there's a threaded nipple, and then the valve. And I'm like, the threaded nipple
say it again.
Shattered. Thank you.
The threaded nipple shattered?
It did. It shattered inside the valve and the elbow.
Sounds like you need a doctor, not a plumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Jeremy's shattering
they're
nipples over
getting
here.
a transition happening here.
No! No!
Wait, hey, why can't my toilet have an identity too, Kyle? Anyway, so I knew that I could do the work myself. I've done that work myself.
Yeah, jackass.
I've done the work myself, but you guys know I've also been having blood pressure issues, right? So like I feel like I'm having a heart attack trying to run around the house to get all this done. So I'm like half passed out trying to make phone calls. My heart's beating. I know you guys love when I do this.
It's a long story that just keeps
This
going,
guy-
and you
this
made
guy
it
goes-
offensive.
This guy goes,
Get to the point where you have
give
the
me
heart attack.
$250, I'll come over and fix it. And I said, cash? And he said, yes. I said, done. So he came over and fixed it.
I'm really glad that it didn't flood our studio.
I am also glad that it didn't flood our studio or my office next
Yeah.
door.
Wow.
So
Kyle,
home ownership.
Kyle, have you been doing anything this week that you'd like to share with us all at this
No.
junction?
That's good.
No.
So-
I'm just hoping that my toilets don't
Explode.
spontaneously explode
Just,
from the nipples.
You should probably go home to find out
Yeah, here's the
where
thing.
your shutoff is now, just so you're prepared. That when
Galvanized
Gosh, don't
piping
see
was
that.
the problem, Eric.
Yeah,
So
galvanized.
don't use the galvanized.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been playing. I wanted to mention real quick. I've been playing a bunch of Link's Awakening. I finally kind of just jumped into that on the Switch.
I did finish that this
And
week.
I'm on. I've just finished the 7th dungeon out of 8, so I'm getting close. That game is awesome. Holy cow! I never
Yes.
played it. I know you said you played it on
Yep.
Game Boy, that's cool.
I'm
but,
that old school.
but I didn't, and I really like it. It's
So
really
it's a
fun.
first for you.
It's very fun. It's an
Yeah, it's
awesome
a-
game. The art
it's a
style is
great-
so good.
Yeah,
It's
the art
great.
that they did with it is the best part is that it still looks like the original game, and it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of love you can tell in the way that they remade it. That it still has the same feel that the original does, but it's like, oh, hey, here's the pixels that you couldn't see on a Game Boy,
Oh, of course.
and now we've fleshed it out a little bit, and it looks great.
A lot. I'd say a lot. Not
Yeah,
they
well, no,
didn't
I mean,
flesh
right.
it out a little bit.
A lot, but I'm saying
Don't undersell it, Kyle. It's beautiful.
I'm sorry. It is a
the
beautiful
Game Boy
game.
green screen with like whatever.
I mean,
low-res.
technically, all the art content is probably new, but
Absolutely. It's
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
the whole
it's
game was
built
built
off of
from the beginning. Like there's no
Right.
way they took that Game Boy
didn't
game.
take
No,
the
there's
Game
no
Boy
way they
game.
could've.
They
No,
built it
it's
from
the
the
anyway.
scale and all the
That's
other
not what we're
stuff.
here to talk about. Anyways, it's a good game. Check it out. The other thing I've been doing is I started the series. Jeremy, you mentioned before the show started that you started as well. This new Paul Rudd show on Netflix called
did.
Living with Yourself. So
It
far,
looks real
I'm about
good.
halfway through it. I really like it. It's,
I was thinking it could be a little kitschy because sometimes Paul Rudd can be that way.
yeah, sure, but we love
But
Paul Rudd.
The,
Yeah.
the way
What's
that
wrong with
they
Paul Rudd?
the way that they so far, I think we're both about the same 3 to 4 episodes in.
Yeah,
The way that they deal with living with yourself but no longer yourself, if you will,
yeah,
and how it made me start thinking, well, wait a minute, if I was a clone
mm-hmm.
and could do it differently.
Oh
or-
my gosh,
or
what are
a
you
di-
talking about?
When you're talking about the whole
do
divergence
what
of
differently?
no going forward, like because
You just
no
said
longer you're
do
you.
It differently.
Do it
No,
differently.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
because you're not you because you still exist.
You're gonna thread some
So
nipples
there's 2
differently?
yous, and 2 yous can't do the same thing.
Yeah,
I
and,
mean,
That's
and
polygamy.
so it's
maybe you
also
could.
it's also like it gets me thinking like how you kind of
Well,
they're
handling
everybody
that really well.
everybody kind of at certain points in their lives kind of hate themselves, right? You have that like self-doubt, insecurities.
Don't
And
worry,
so-
if you like yourself now, wait.
Yeah.
You might hate yourself later.
But imagine having like a clone of yourself who's like way better than you are
Yeah.
in every way. It's like then you kind of hate the best you, which is a totally weird layer of on top of that,
Right.
It's like I hate myself because of my shortcomings, but then if I'm hanging out with like the best version of me, it's like I also hate them and because
Yeah.
I'm jealous
like
of
that
them,
me
but-
has perfect eyesight.
Yeah.
They have good charisma. They don't have the scars from the accidents I've had in my life.
They can run
Yeah.
upstairs.
They can run upstairs. That's exactly where I was going with this. Those are the things I've been thinking about while watching this
Yeah.
20-minute, 8 episode.
Is that what you were
series.
thinking about as you were digging a well in your basement?
No, that's what I was thinking about.
Digging another
That I
well.
should never
Dig
have to
another
do
well.
this because
Yeah.
it's too difficult. I need a ranch in my life, a ranch house.
Dressing.
Meaning it's all
Ranch.
on one level.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who doesn't need some ranch dressing?
Yeah.
So
tater tots.
I would give this a firm Minutub recommendation. Check
Absolutely.
it out. It's very good.
2 tubs up.
And it's on Netflix.
I feel like whoever created this show, though, has hung out in this basement at night when we've had some conversations. That's all I'm going to say.
I was wondering
I feel like-
when there was going to be multiple.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways.
It would be a masterful
Yeah.
piece of.
Art.
We have some
So-
we have some phone calls we need to make afterwards. There's
Yeah.
very few people that would know who sold our idea.
Yeah, someone sold us out. Anyways,
Jolliver, I'm looking at you.
we have some. Yeah, we're coming for you.
If you're a patron, we could tell you too.
I'm gonna say it's.
All right,
It was
so-
Russell Notley who sold us out. All right, this next one.
Oh, naughty.
Oh man, we sometimes throw in these little deep cuts, so you got to go back. You got to go search the archives if you want to understand any of this, and even then, it might not make sense.
You could find it though.
Jolliver says, "Look, I needed to recoup my losses here."
Yeah.
We appreciate you so much.
The game that won't die, that game is Fallout 76. Let me tell you, this game.
It's Realms now, right?
Oh.
It's Minecraft Realms
Oh. So, okay, I don't even know. Like, I feel.
with
like,
worse graphics, by the way, than the 8-bit.
So, it
Like,
just
it's
seems like
bad.
Bethesda at this point. Like, here's the thing. If you're Bethesda, you have a built-in fan base. Like, people who love your games and will do anything to play them and pay you for your games. And, like, I don't even know, like, even people who forgave everything from Fallout 76, like, even people who liked it, I don't know if they're willing to jump on this new idea where Bethesda is going to charge you $13 a month for premium features in Fallout 76.
$13, guys.
This is more than
No.
Game Pass.
This is the base Hulu and the base Netflix combined.
You're talking, like, what is this, like, $100 a year?
I mean,
roughly,
for
or
one
more?
game.
I,
That's almost 150.
and that I don't even know that you're really getting all that much, other than you get like some credits, you get some.
You can get 3 new
armor
games a
and
year.
stuff.
For
It's
the
because
cost
I
of
think that they
this.
should be able to get people to play their game, and the problem is it's a crappy game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
but
like,
that's the thing,
the
right?
whole
They've put
thing-
so much money into it. This is no longer a
Yeah, but they
creative
think that-
argument. This is purely an accounting argument.
Right.
We have to find a way to recoup this. Maybe we have people gullible enough to
They
give us more
just-
money
they
to
just-
give them private servers.
They need to let
It
this
worked for
die.
Minecraft.
They need to let it die.
But I mean, the thing that's crazy about it too, and I mean, I'm sure I'm probably oversimplifying it, but walking into Fallout 4 felt like they put a fresh coat of paint on 3, built a few new assets to like build the map itself, and that was all that they did.
Mhm.
Like put in the new story buttons and like the dialogue trees, and that was it, because it had so much of that jank and just like lack of polish, and it felt like there was so much that was recycled from the previous game that was like, is this even like the next console generation?
Kuipers, this picture I have to keep staring at with the leaves that's obviously a flat texture with rocks sticking out of it where leaves are cut off with a clean line. That just, I mean,
Well, I mean, then that's
all
the
the
thing.
graphics are
I-
that way. Like,
I
just
got
so
this
anyone who's not watching knows, Jeremy's
I
talking
just
about a
described
screenshot of Fallout 76
right.
that Kuipers has on the screen.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what they
that's-
had in the article.
That's the
all
thing.
I can say.
Like I rented this game. Thankfully, I just rented it. I wasted the time to install it and play about an hour of it, and I was like, this is the exact same thing as Fallout 4, just with an open world where I can have people randomly murder me in a multiplayer setting, and I'm not here for it because.
So here's some advice for people. If
yeah.
you're thinking about paying this, buy Game Pass and play Outer Worlds.
Yes.
I mean, that game is coming out tomorrow,
It looks so good.
and I have been consuming as much information about the Outer Worlds as I can, and just hearing everything about that game, it sounds like the Fallout game we never got that we should have gotten. And like it's shorter. I think it's maybe around 30 hours or something like that.
Yeah, and it sounds like it runs really well too.
The game runs great. It's like
and if you want multiplayer, just get Call of Duty instead.
sure.
It's out
That's
tomorrow
out tomorrow as well. But I do think the thing, like one thing I wanted to mention, I've been hearing about the Outer Worlds is that like it, so it actually does that RPG stuff well that you kind of expected from Bethesda, but it feels like they've kind of dropped the ball recently, where like your stats actually matter. Where like, hey, if you like with your intelligence and your speech and your like science stats and all this stuff,
right?
Like
it changes the dialogue trees and
right.
everything.
Like if you're a dummy, you have dummy dialogue choices to make. Like
seeing
you can be
that
stupid.
makes me want to just make my character so unintelligent just to get
You're
that
gonna make
tree.
him dumb and strong,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Or you can be
Dumb and charismatic.
Or you can do the thing where you
even better.
where you have
He's so funny.
I can just persuade everyone, and I
Yeah.
can also be the dumbest guy out there.
and then like stuff like they have a thing where you can botch a quest and you can actually go back to that quest giver and like talk to them and like you can kind of like try to patch it up in a way. I don't know, just
But if you kill people that are giving quests, it'll also like lock those out for you and say, hey, this person can't carry on this chain of events.
Yeah,
So
like
now what I want to do is try to break the game so I could never complete it by killing everyone.
Well, I saw an article or I listened to a video that they said that essentially that's what they did. They played the game multiple times trying to break it by going in and like trying to kill people. So
I would look for who can I not
things
kill. They're the
that are-
linchpin right there.
Yeah, it sounds like they've got a lot of things that are really smartly gated.
Yeah, well,
but giving you a lot of freedom.
One example I heard was like because the premise of the game is like you're with a whole large group of other people who get sent out on this ship to find or maybe it's like you're workers or something in because it's like this terrible dystopian future where the companies own humans pretty much
And own all the planets.
and so you're getting sent out to work or whatever. And this ship with like I think 10,000 or 100,000
Something
people
like
are
that.
on it, whatever. It fails in light speed, and you're just like floating out there.
they just leave it.
I feel like there's been
And-
like 3 or 4 movies with that exact
So, anyways,
same
you're
plot.
floating out there. This guy comes and like saves you, and that's kind of where you select your character because it's like, hey, he could pick anybody off the ship or whatever. The thing about this game that's cool is this guy, like, he saves you, right? You should be indebted to him, but he's also a criminal. And at any point in the game, like right away, I guess at the beginning of the game, you could like totally sell him out to the law enforcement, like
and
like
it's supposed to play out
and
the
it'll
game
change the
very
whole
differently.
course
Wow.
of the game, like if you do that, or you can protect him and whatever. So it's just
It's
stuff
not-
like
it-
that where it just sounds really
Yeah,
really fun.
there's just it sounds like the different perks that you get. You can get certain perks that will give you flaws as well. And so, like, if you were to jump off of a building multiple times and hurt your legs, you're going to have a failure that's going to cause you to have issues.
You'll walk like Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm excited to play. That's the thing is like you got this and Call of Duty tomorrow. I don't even know where to start. I don't know. It's gonna
And
be
we
hard.
got like 2 weeks until whatever that
Death Stranding game is.
Death Stranding is.
I can't believe they put Conan O'Brien in it
Oh
now.
my
I can't believe that
goodness.
they released that like 2 weeks before the game came out.
There's a bunch of like
That it makes
leaks
it
and
funny.
leaks and stuff out there too. I've been trying to avoid them, but man, I don't. Some of the early stuff I've heard people talk about it. It's like they've made comparisons specifically to Red Dead, and I'm like, oh no, like I like Red Dead,
But-
in a certain ways.
Red
but
Dead
like,
in like how big it is and
like how big, but also maybe how heavy it feels. You know,
Oh,
like kind
okay.
of how. That's like one of my least favorite things about it is how it's like. It's so involved and your character moves kind of slow and like
Right.
like that I don't know. But anyways, we'll find that out like in a couple weeks. We really should wrap this show up eventually. I don't know.
eventually.
I think we did
Yeah.
we cover. Oh wait, we missed one. Sure. Marvel Avengers says no loot boxes in their games. There you go. Our Crystal
So,
Dynamics. said that.
but it's movies. with some action in the middle. So take your pick. Right?
What?
Movies.
Isn't that what the new Marvel game is? It's pretty much like
No. Have you watched any of the
Cinematic.
gameplay stuff?
yeah, and some of it looks like you do something and then it goes into this. It's fluid, but
It
you
does
know.
lots of cutscenes.
I'm not a cutscene game guy. I hate that in games. I'm
He
like,
doesn't like cutscenes.
that's
He
far.
hates cutscenes. He doesn't like any of the story. He just wants to kill everything.
Anyways, they're
That-
saying
I
that-
make my
feel
own
like-
story, Kyle.
I just feel like this headline is such a non-headline. Like, oh, there's no loot boxes. Who freaking cares? Of course there's no loot boxes. Like, why would there
Right.
be? No one wants loot boxes anymore. Everybody should get that at this point. Like, why are they thinking this is going to buy them
Well,
goodwill with people when, like, everyone knows, don't EA this game. Like, we don't
Right.
want another EA
what
game with
what
loot
I did
boxes.
what I did find interesting in the article is that they said that there's a lot of different things and loot that you get along the way that follows the same kind of path that any other Schluter is, where you've got your color coded based on how rare or whatever.
So what
it
is that loot, though? Because you're not, like, using guns and stuff.
Do your
You're-
superheroes get
it's
more
different.
strong?
I think it's different, like
costumes?
costumes, cosmetics, things like that. And
It's going to be
maybe
weird for Hulk. Like, yellow
you
shorts.
get different pairs
Well,
of
but-
Purple
ripped off
shorts.
shorts.
But I mean,
Green
if you think about it, with the way
orange
that
shorts,
comic
booty
books
shorts.
have been done
Booty
for so
shorts.
long, there's a lot of different costumes and things
Yeah.
that different versions of characters that have been seen throughout the course of history. So being able to jump into some of those things.
Hulk want cargo shorts.
Yeah, it does say that there's also going to be some things that are going to be like pay only for getting those cosmetics. But there's also things that you can get from doing side missions and things like that.
Ooh,
So,
Hulk at Lululemon. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
so
hopefully
That's
this game
the
is
elephant
good.
brand, right? What?
You got a secret closet full of Lululemon, Jeremy?
I'm just saying that's the elephant brand, right?
Well, at least there's not loot boxes, right?
Right.
right.
Good thing.
Yay.
I am curious how they'll do that though, because like is Hulk gonna have like
I think every game should have paid for
safety helmet.
cosmetics.
Cosmetics?
Cosmetics, though. I think that is a great way for them to make money off of those who are, willing
who have extra income
to.
to blow on cosmetics?
There's a term for that.
Rich people. Capitalism.
Yes,
Jeremy's a big fan of it.
I
Yeah.
am. Except for when all the corporations own all the planets and all the people, and they have big ships and they send them out there in space.
That's Outer Worlds.
Oh.
Yay!
I thought that was Borderlands.
No.
Yay! This show's over. Let's thank our patrons.
Tron.
Before we leave,
Patron.
I want to thank all of our lovely Patreon. I'm trying to delay.
Trying.
Thank all of our
Whoa.
Patreon peeps. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. These are all lovely individuals who donate on a monthly level. They're heroes in their own right, and I'm putting them in the spotlight here on this show tonight. Thank you, Jay Oliver, for being our one and only at this moment. I hope that it's not so lonely for you much longer. I want to put another name up there on Patreon
Yeah.
Coral. So if you want to be that name, head on over
Just
to
$1.
patreon.com/meninatub and subscribe for $1,
Just
$5,
$1.
or $6.
Hey,
or
they can give more than that, Kyle.
I know,
$12.
but I'm just saying, it's not a high buy-in. You could give us $1, and you could be right there in that same group with Jolliver.
But if you're high and think it's a good idea, buy in.
I bet you got right now I can sense it. There's a person out there watching this right now, and they have $17 in their
Yes,
bank
they
account
do.
every month that they never spend. Every
true.
month it's
That is
$17. It just sits there, and
And
it
something is
just keeps,
speaking to them.
yeah. So if
At
you're
this
hearing
moment.
this
We
voice
are,
right now,
actually. We're speaking to you.
go to
right now.
patreon.com/minutub and subscribe for $17. It'll change your life. Thank you for being a supporter of this show in any way that you do that. Thank you. But that pretty much does it. We have no emails. But if you want to send us an email, send it to TUBCAST @mininatub.com. That's TUBCAST at mininatub.com, or leave us a voicemail at 475-TUB-CALL. That's 475-TUB-CALL. You can leave us a voicemail. We
so
will
if
play
what's your
it
name?
on air.
TTV is still here.
Lemon Tea.
Leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail.
Call our number. Leave it. You can
We
get on
probably
the
should have
show.
told him that earlier.
Yeah, well, he just came in and took over and left.
Yeah.
That does it for us. We'll see y'all.
Hey,
Whoa.
housekeeping. We're not doing a show next
Do you
week.
want mint
Pick
on
up
a-
your
mint
cans.
on- I have a drink.
And throw them in the trash. Oh, I made it.
No, I was saying we're
no,
not.
you don't. That did not make it. Well, the cup did.
The cup made it in. The lid
ice,
did not,
the
and
lid.
the ice went everywhere.
Hey, more of the basement's wet now.
Sorry, Jeremy.
And the wall now has spots of
watching
coffee.
Jeremy's reaction on the replay here. That was great. Someone
Somebody
clip that.
Clip Jeremy.
He just
Sorry.
splattered the wall with coffee.
I'm sorry.
I don't see any coffee on the wall.
Oh,
It all
it's
sprayed
there.
out towards us.
Whoops.
Oh.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. No show next week on Thursday, but starting Friday morning, we will be streaming for 24 hours
It's next week.
for the
Extra live.
That's next week?
It's next week.
No, it's really next week.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Hey, if people want to help raise money, they could join our extra line.
Come on, y'all.
That is next week. So
Oh
the
my
November
goodness, we have
1st.
so done a poor job
I
of
am
planning
so
this.
glad that I remembered.
So we'll be streaming from 1 a.m.
Whoa.
Not 1 a.m. Sorry, why did I say that? Let's just go with 8 a.m. Did we decide on 8 or 7 a.m.?
I don't know if we decided.
8 a.m. is great.
Okay, 8 a.m. November 1st, we'll be streaming that for 24 hours till 8 a.m. on November 2nd. Come check that out.
So get a
Watch
week
it.
worth of sleep.
Yeah.
And then
but,
none.
But we will be off air Halloween. We're going to go,
We're gonna let Jeremy get
hang
some
out with some ghosts.
some
and-
extra sleep.
Or I'll get some sleep.
I'll
and-
be playing a game.
Go to
yeah,
sleep
then going
early.
To bed at 10 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your
All right.
get your nightly rest.
We'll see you all next week, but not on Thursday, on Friday morning. It's going to be
And,
so much
and
fun.
afternoon, and evening, and night.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
and
You want-
Saturday morning.
You want to
Oh,
watch
cool.
it? You want to help the kids?
We're going to be playing through games like Man of Medan, Man of Medan,
But this
Man
is
of
the-
Medan.
Man of
The
Medan.
cool part, this is a
Then
great opportunity. They could
we're also
join our
gonna
extra
be-
life
We're going to be
team.
playing through. We're also going to be playing through some Jackbox games. Jackbox 6 is out. We're going to be playing that. Yes, this is a great opportunity for whatever Jeremy was going
No,
to say.
they can guilt all of their family and friends, and at the
Donate.
same time to give to the children, but at the same time tell them about Men in a Tub.
That was much more important than what I was saying, so good
I mean,
job.
yeah, proliferation.
Spread the good word.
Children need love. Not
Sweet
don't
love.
make that face.
Love, sweet love.
I think my face was gone.